Updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power. We are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers. We are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and the region. With the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine, I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. Several Tobagonian athletes medaled at the recently concluded Carifta Games in the Bahamas. Among the athletes from Tobago medaling was Sana Frederick, who won a gold medal in the women's 200-meter under-20 race. Alex Henry from Zenit Club helped the national team win gold in the 4x100-meter race. Another Zenit athlete, Janae Degans, won silver in the girls' under-20 long jump. Meanwhile, Brandon Leacock from the Tobago Falcons Athletic Club won bronze in the boys' under-17 800-meter race. And Imani Matthews from the Cuisine Panthers helped the national team to win bronze in the boys' under-17 4x100-meter race. And now to some news of crime. Tobago recorded its third murder last night. Lynch Bovell was shot in Bethel last week, but succumbed to his injuries last night at the Scarborough General Hospital. Investigations are ongoing. Meanwhile, a bandit from Tobago was reportedly killed by police following a robbery and murder of a Chinese businessman in Trinidad. He was recently identified as Kishante Reed from Pembroke, Tobago. According to police reports, the incident occurred on Good Friday. Reed and two other bandits attacked a Chinese businessman, Nicholas Zhu, from the owner of Golden City Supermarket in San Juan. And nationally, the central bank and local commercial banks implemented a new electronic check clearing system, which will reduce the time it takes to clear a check from 4 days to 2 days. According to a release, the system uses an image-based technology facilitating the digitized exchange of information between banks. It also allows for a timely reconciliation of checks across banks and earlier notification of returned checks. However, it is unclear how many commercial banks are currently utilizing this new system. And that was the news in 90 seconds. And well, viewers, I am hoping that you all had a very wonderful, relaxing, fun Easter weekend. It was a long weekend. And I mean, I love those long weekends because I love the idea of sleeping in. But here we are this morning for another show for Good Morning Tobago. And joining me on set is Mr. Sharaz Mohammed, who is an executive chef, and he is going to be speaking to us this morning about a food costing workshop that's happening here in Tobago. So a special good morning and welcome to you, sir.
Good morning, Tobago. Good morning to the Caribbean and the wider world. Thanks for having me here this morning, Tobago.
And it's certainly our pleasure to have you here. Now we're talking about, food costing because, it's a big deal in terms of like for us vendors, well, I'm saying us, but, because as we've been going through our financial challenges, especially with the pandemic and everything that came out of it, we all are looking for ways to make money. Yeah. But often there's a challenge in being able to price our food items on sale. So tell me a little bit more about this workshop that you are hosting.
Okay, so we have this workshop. It came about based, as I said, the pandemic create a lot of challenges, and food prices as well fluctuate as well too. And people want to make a lot of more money or trying to make money when they put the effort into it as well. So we formulate the food costing classes. In Trinidad, we have it for 2 days, and we had about 4 different sessions, and it totally sold out, booked up, because people are interested in how to make $1, and that is the whole idea about the food costing. So we actually show you exactly how to purchase, how to do portion control, all the different parts to stop your wastage, how you negotiate with suppliers as well too, and we even show how to build a menu, how to create a menu shopping list. So we show all the aspects about the food business as well. Whether you're in the hotel, in the restaurant, you have vendors, you have cafe, whatever you are in the food business, we try to give you that direction on how to earn, because sometimes you see, you're going to a food place and you see it's totally packed up. You know, and you as the owner, it look good and everything, and you're happy, but when you sit down and do the maths, it's not happening.
It's not
You
happening.
have your overheads, you have your staff, you have your operation costs, you have everything to factor out. Plus, and one thing that we do, or people do as owners of business, whether medium or small, they don't pay themselves. The passion, they want to put everything into the business. So we try to give you a structure. As I say, there are 2 days we normally do in Trinidad, but in Tobago now we do it at a workshop, 9 to 5. And we want to give as much information as we could to help you to be successful in your food business at all times as well too. So it's very, very informative. I think we try to share as much information as we could, and we also do follow-up. We do a lot of follow-up as well too. So our phone lines are open even after the course of the workshop to call us to find out more. So you're not just coming to do this workshop and that's it.
Yes.
You know, we leave the open communication so we can continue guiding, and we really take pleasure in coming to Tobago. We you know, a lot of people call me, "Chef, I'm in Tobago and I don't know what's happening and I can't come across," and you know, we understand that. So so I was here a couple of weeks ago and I met Miss Kimberly Job from the Tobago Library in Scarborough, and she was very, very helpful. I know she's the public relations person for the Scarborough Library. She was very accommodated, and we're going to have it in the audiovisual room in the Scarborough Library as well too.
Great.
You know.
So first, let me know a little bit about yourself. You're an executive chef.
I have been in the food industry since at the age of 17. And I've crossed almost 30 years in the food business. And one of the things when people come to me and they ask about my career, my background, I never attended a culinary institute. I started industry as a dishwasher, and I've grown constantly over the years as a dishwasher all the way to executive chef. I resigned from the restaurant business about 12 years ago, concentrated only on my catering kitchen and consulting, and we tried to help and develop a lot more businesses and train people now. So in the last year, I've opened the Chef Sharaz Culinary Academy in Shogunas. For the last year, we have educated a lot of people, young or old, who's in the business, who want to get into the business, who want a career in the business. They come to me and they ask for advice, and we get them on track. You know, we have creative international cuisine courses, we have Asian courses, we have kids. We actually have 2 days Easter kids cooking class tomorrow and Friday.
Nice.
So I back home early in the morning to start that class. We have at the end of the month, we advertising on Instagram. We have the Certificate in Culinary Arts, an intensive 12 weeks program. I train hand-on, and I love to train people hands-on. So when we develop you in this 12 weeks certificate course, you're going to be ready for industry. And we are asking people in the industries, whether it's the hotels, the cafes, or the restaurant, we're asking the owners, send your staff. If you want your staff or your chef to be motivated, to be re-energized, and to give a refresher, we are here for that as well too.
Certainly. And then what inspired you to do this and to, you know, give up your talents? I mean, you said yourself that you grew through the system. You don't necessarily have the academic, but what you learned is way more valuable than what you can learn in school.
Yes, what I did, it's so interesting. In the early 90s, I went to the TTHI in Sharaz, and I passed the interview to get in, but I couldn't afford the finances at that time. And I always tell students these days, there's so much of programs now with funding MIC, there's YTEP, there's MUS program. I didn't have that. So I took the other route, and I went hands-on. persistent. You had to have passion and purpose in what you're doing. And I invested in myself. I've traveled around the world. And look at different cultures and cuisine and meet with different chefs and get feedback. I've been to the Food Network, South Beach Festival, the Manhattan Food Festival. You know, I've traveled all over to educate myself about the culture, cuisine, and enriching myself. I think now is a perfect time now to start. Because people have been asking for the last few years, chef, so when you going to do some classes and teach us some stuff? And, you know, looking at the whole pandemic scenario and people really struggling, a lot of people came out of the business. A lot of chefs who came up with me came out of the business.
Yeah, we saw the reports of a lot of good restaurants closed their doors.
Chefs who came up with me in Trinidad and Tobago with restaurants, and then for the last 2025, they actually came out of the business. They go into gardening or construction, and I said no. I want to stick with it and try to get people back into it. When people come to do my course as well, we have job placement because a lot of places call me, chef, I need a manager, I need a line chef, I need a sous chef, I need a head chef. And I say, okay, well, we see what we could do. So our Culinary Academy kind of is a groundwork we're doing to send out staff and raise the bar. My goal is to raise the bar of the culinary back in Trinidad and Tobago, which also related to the tourism industry, culinary development. Is all that, you know, that is my goal and my vision at this time in my career. You know, 2 years in my career, I think I could be an asset to our culinary development and tourism in Trinidad and Tobago. And whilst I'm here today, I'm hoping to go across to the THA and probably meet with the tourism sector there and express my willingness to be more in Tobago. I know I have a lot of support in Tobago because normally on a Friday morning I'm on Synergy TV and I have a lot of people from Tobago call me and I say, chef, you know, come and check us out in Tobago. So I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here and I'm ready to work here. This is an introduction or a footstep into Tobago with the food course and workshop. And from there, we could elaborate more. So I'm reaching out to the industry here. Contact me. Let's have a conversation how I could come in and work with you and your staff, help you guys with the food costing, all aspects of the operations. I could help you. I have a team as well. I have to say good morning to my team. I have some of the most experienced chef lecturers that come in and they just gravitate to what I'm doing and they're so impressed to see the layout of what I'm doing. You know, it's really, you're not going to come to my class for 3 months or whatever and just laze around. No, straight into it.
Nice.
Straight into it. So we want to spread that love and that information and training to Tobago as well too.
Why is it so important that restaurateurs, chefs, etc., anybody in the food business, even those vendors on the side of the street, why is it so important for they to understand how to properly cost the items?
It's important because people say when you ask people about the business, what to put into the business, the love and the passion, and which is good. Your love and your passion is good. I mean, that is first of all, you know, but you have to make $1 for yourself. You know, because sometimes I have people call me, chef, I've been doing catering for a year or two, and not see no money. I don't know what's happening, you know, so how you could help me? Yeah, so, and that really inspired me to do that. And we, in our food costing, we break down all the calculations. We show you exactly if you're doing a box of food, let's say a barbecue special or we're selling 50, we try to break down every aspect of it and show you how to cost each content on the box, down to the box and the packaging. So, for instance, if you're selling a box of food for $60, we show you it could cost you $20, $25. Because in food costing, you work with a 30% cost as well too. Now, it's more challenging now because of the food prices. So we show you and advise you how to go to the suppliers, to the market, the farmers, and negotiate. How to negotiate, that is key. Negotiate with the suppliers, how to negotiate with them and get a correct pricing. And, you know, it's really intense, but it could happen, and it does happen, because I'm happy to say that there are students who came through, business owners, chefs, people of all part of the food industry came through my classes, and they're doing well. They're doing well. They now understand. You see, we open up the eyes. And I think one of the most aspects of the course that I start off the course with is that I tell people, when you open up business, don't open up business for competition. You're going to lose. Don't do that. Because if you look at, you go down the street, there's 10 double sellers. Everybody's selling. So you have to know what you have. You have to stand by your product. Whether you're a doubles maker or you're a doubles, and maybe some condiment might be different to somebody else. You're down in Strawberry, you're selling crab and dumpling. There's about 4, 5, or 6 of them. You have to signify what is yours and stand by your product as well too. So if I'm in a line in a food court and there's so much of vendors, you signify, you stand by your product. So that's the first thing I tell people. Don't open a business to go in competition. Open a business to stand by your product. Stand by your product and your brand, which is very, very important. And you identify your own self. So if you're a doubles vendor, so we're breaking it down to a doubles vendor coming up.
Yes.
You might have a certain condiment, a chutney, or something that signifies you, right? If you're in a crab and dumpling, that you might use something in your crab and dumpling, something different you might use to signify you. If you go to the restaurant, the restaurant level, you get creative now. Every menu you look at a restaurant, there's a chef's signature dish. So you have to be that signifies you from different people. So we try to incorporate that in all our teachings and all our classes and workshops as well too. You know.
You know, I mean, as you're speaking about, there was a concern that sometimes for our events in Tobago, when you go in terms of the food vendors that are there, you get the same, burger and fries and hot dogs and, fried chicken.
Well, that is interesting because we have some many of our classes. We do introduction to French, Italian, authentic Indian, continental, Portuguese. But what I do, I take simple things in the class and show them. And they say, well, chef, that's so simple. I say, see, it's about being creative. We take simple stuff in front of you every day and make it a twisted so that becomes the creative part of it. So you become different. We do simple things and show them. So, some people say, well, I don't want the same thing over and over.
Yes.
So you have to show them now. So they come to our class and we get creative. When I did the first creative international cuisine, even some of the chefs who came to lecture with me, they said, chef, what do you mean by creative? I don't like creative. I said, that is the difference. I said, once you learn a little bit of different cultures of cuisine, a little French, a little Italian, a little North Indian, South Indian, Manchurian, we teach all that. You take all those now and you create the flavors now and come up with something. So we have a class just for creative cooking only now.
And people could get connected with that as well.
Yes, food. I mean, they say music and food connect anywhere as well too,
Certainly.
It connect. So we are, the Chef Sharaz Culinary Academy, we're here to help and to contribute to the development of culinary and the tourism as well too, both Trinidad and Tobago.
So you're having this workshop coming up. When is it taking place?
It's Monday the 24th, 9 to 5 at the Audiovisual Room in the Scarborough Library. We provide all raw materials for you. We have snacks. We provide a lunch for you as well too. The course is we have a certificate of participation after as well too. I'm coming across with my team with 2 other chefs. We will give them a full demo, all calculation on food. We're doing some food yielding test, which means we break down vegetables or whatever and show you portion by portion. Before it's cooked, after it's cooked, we're going to provide some lunch. The course is $1,000. But because we're coming to Tobago, we're offering group discount. So we're really encouraging people to come out. We're going to offer some group discount as well too. But I'm really looking for the Tobago food industry to get onto this. And I think the audiovisual room only holds about 25 or 30 people. So we're looking to pack it out and to Tobago people in the food industry take advantage. And I know the food vendor was in the news recently.
Yes.
And we want to educate them how to do it properly as well. And something, I talked to a lot of people who had a small business, sole traders. And there wasn't a way, so I told a few people in my class recently, being a sole trader, how you can be independent, because we teach them to be independent. So I say, you take a sole trader account, your registration certificate, and you go to the bank, you open your account, and you become a business person. And gradually you put that, and then you could have a checking account, and this is a relationship. I say, yeah. So this make you an independent person as well too. You're providing your own stuff as well too.
I mean, and because getting into business can be so overwhelming at times because you just don't have the knowledge.
There's so much to do as well too.
There's so much to do. There's so much paperwork. There's so much you have to pay attention to.
Yeah. So when you explain to them about the sole trader, whoever is, because there's people who come to my class who has business, they already registered as sole trader, but they don't know where to go from there.
Yes.
And they say, but chef, I didn't know this. I could do this. I say, yeah, you could do that. And you empower you and say, how good it feel every week you put $500 or whatever you make into an account. When it grows in a year, you could get a checking account. You could use it for your own job letter. You could do all these things. Wasn't aware of that. So we tried to feed them as much information as I could. So we don't only want to work hard. We want to work smart.
Certainly.
Construct your career properly, because as business owners, no matter how small or big, we pump all our finances into everything. We don't even pay ourselves sometimes. So the goal is, with this food course in it, is to break away from that. Show you how to start, how to develop, how to negotiate, how to purchase, how to save, how to pay yourself as well. And we go on and on and on. Because it's normally a 2-day class.
Yes.
So we formulate it in 9 to 5. So we're just going to be working 9 to 5.
And I'm sure a lot of people who are listening right now, especially those of you who are in food, even if you're just in simple agro-processing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this is something to get connected to because, like I said, it's so overwhelming out there.
Yeah.
Especially with all the challenges that we're facing in this current climate.
And people are going to get frightened and they're going to fold up the business and they're going to cut the dream short.
And we've seen it. We've seen so many people, they have a good product come on the scene and they seem to be good for a while and then afterwards.
Consistency.
Yes. Consistency.
Is
and then when we're talking in our circles, we see something nice come out there and we're like, let's go and support. And then the consistency drops and the quality drops.
Yeah.
If you want to make sure that you can maintain a customer base. Yeah. So they could get connected with Chef Mohammed. Yes. And how can they get connected with you?
We're on Instagram, Chef Sharaz 1 on Instagram. You can call me 372-4639. Chef Sharaz 8@hotmail.com. And contact us and we will negotiate with you and talk to you and see any way we can help you as well too. As I say, I'm here for the day. I'll be moving around. I have 1 or 2 meetings as well too. To meet 1 or 2 people and to put things in place.
Yes.
I head across to the library to say good morning to Miss Kimberly and the rest of the staff and drop some flyers. We're going to share out some flyers today. And feel free to call me anytime as well too. And as I said, 24th of April, Monday 24th, 9 to 5, we have group discounts and everybody try to get involved.
Yes, definitely. And I would encourage everybody who is in the food industry to get involved themselves. Yes. So, help yourself out a little bit and get some technical support. Yeah. And I mean, because we have the talent here.
We have a lot of talent.
We have the best food here in Tobago.
We have a lot of talent here. We have a lot of talent. And I want to say we had our kids' classes last every summer in July, August. And we have tomorrow and Friday in Trinidad, but hopefully we will do something in Tobago as well with the kids and everybody. And let me tell you something, even our young kids, they are young master chefs already in Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. We put all the ones in Trinidad, we're going to put all the ones in Tobago soon.
Great.
We're going to do that.
Looking forward to see it. And thank you for being able to give your services here over in Tobago.
And thanks to you having me on this one, and thanks to Tobago for welcoming me. I mean, when I came in a couple of weeks ago, people said, Chef, how are you in Tobago? How are you doing? I said, yes, I'm here. So I'm happy the supporters here as well. I'm really happy as well.
Certainly. And we're looking forward to see how you can help the food industry grow here in Tobago.
Definitely.
All right, viewers. So thank you, Mr. Mohammed. And don't go anywhere because we've got a lot more coming up for you on the program right after this break.
The energy fill the sky.